Hey guys, Casas here, and welcome back to another TakiGamersLab.com video. So just first and foremost, thank you guys so much for the awesome and radical support you guys have been giving us. Our unboxing video is now about at 107, 110 views, so it's climbing up there. This is honestly my best video without Overwatch or an Apple MacBook being attached to the title, so very awesome and very honoring, I guess is a word for it. I'm just so humbly pleased with the results that this is getting. If you guys would like to help us out more, besides just hitting that like and subscribe button, feel free to visit any of our links down in the description below. We do accept donations. Anything you guys provide goes right back into us making great content. So now that little obligatory kind of self-promo and, of course, general thank you is out of the way, we're going to get back into smart doll business. So the main issue that I had when looking for a smart doll was not the actual purchasing of it. That's kind of its own issue and kind of just takes a lot of willpower because the investment is so much, and the pre-investment after the fact is even more so. So I mean, really the thing that I struggle with still is trying to find just resources for a smart doll. These resources can be outfits, they can be accessories, they can just be general help guides for you all together. Now of course you have awesome YouTube channels, Coda Anime or Kodama Anime, I'll have them linked down in the description below. They make some very awesome videos and they're very helpful with kind of showing you how outfits work, a few smart doll hacks and cleaning routines, but there's not any video that I've ran into that kind of tries to comprehensively pile together various resources that I think might be helpful for just the general community. So that's what today's video is going to be about. I'm going to link you guys to a few social media followers that I have that I've interacted with that are very helpful, very awesome, and you should give them a follow on Instagram as well. I'll link on Twitter where I can find those, and I'm also going to link you guys to stores. That's the biggest thing a smart doll owner has to overcome, is trying to figure out just what works and what doesn't work. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. We'll be cutting away to our MacBook right about now. So we should have transitioned perfectly now into the MacBook portion of this chat. So I got a few things opened up. It's not going to be much, but just for pure starters, we're going to start off this with our helpful like little kind of compilation guide is the word I'm looking for. So first and foremost, of course, the main smart doll website is going to be something that will be immensely useful to anybody who is getting a smart doll. Why? Because this is where you're going to get your smart doll from. Now, of course, for some individuals, they actually may go through third-party retailers. There are a few actual physical store locations that do carry stock of Danny Chu smart dolls, so he actually has a retail store area, so you can actually check for whichever area you are in. Taiwan actually goes to a store called Cotton Doll, which we'll get to them in a little bit, but this is going to be your main kind of go-to place. So you'll have stuff, you'll have about, you'll have how-to, you'll have a lot of stuff that's very helpful, especially this how-to, or how we started up, but you'll have like smart doll design, and the smart doll care and welcome guide are very useful. And of course, this is where you're going to be able to buy accessories and such. There are little for-me stuff, but that's besides the point. This is where you'll kind of go, grab what you need to do. You know, you have a cart, which will again show you what they have. So for example, for me, I'm currently looking at the loafers as well as the girl socks because I'm going to be working on a schoolgirl outfit for Ota, since she does have a schoolgirl outfit version. So that's that, but this is very useful, of course, and this will be the kind of like no-brainer option. So next we're going to go move over to DollDelights.com. This is ran by the wonderful fellow Anime Shutterbug on Twitter, otherwise known as Driz. They make clothing size for pretty much all 1/3 sized dolls that consist of Volks dolls as well as smart dolls, of course. The clothing that this individual helps make are pretty much flexible across all bust size. They also do 1/4 M, DD, and MSD, which are kind of just these smaller ones, but I think the DD is Dynamite, or Dolphi Dream, sorry. But so if you know you're like me and you're just looking at this section, you can actually click on, you know, whatever you want. So it's going to filter everything out by size. Don't know why it went straight to the polka dot skirt, but basically it's very well handmade stuff, very good pricing, is local in the United States, so that way if you guys are like me, live in the United States, you know, pretty quick and accessible. Shipping on this stuff is amazingly cheap and amazingly fast, so very big kudos to Anime Shutterbug through this. He does ship internationally, so that's not going to be an issue for, you know, if you live in a different country that's not the United States. He will get it to you. I just don't know the pricing on that. I can assume it'll be similar pricing on EMS coming from something like smart doll themselves. It's usually, about $50 extra or so. It just really depends on what you're ordering and how much of it you are. But Doll Delights is a really fantastic store option that I highly recommend, especially if you're looking just for like random shirts and stuff. So once this loads, you guys will see that as well. So very awesome, very cool. I do have the turtleneck sweater coming in that should be tomorrow for me. So very awesome. He is getting ready to actually do an entire store refresh, so that's going to be pretty awesome. There's going to be a lot more items that are going to be added, so you guys should keep an eye out for this one. Next up is, of course, Etsy stores. So my list is going to vary. There's going to be various other interests that you guys might like better than I do, but these are kind of like the best little kind of stores that I found, and these range from local United States stores to ones that are across the world. So this first one is from Christine Creations. This is a store that I haven't bought anything from, but the pleated skirts are something I've been looking at. They look very nice and very simplistic. There's a lot of nice pastel colors, and again, when you're looking for clothing, pretty much anytime you usually see a Volks or a Dolphy Dream, they'll oftentimes too also include Smart Doll, or if you see SD standard 1/3 ball jointed doll, that's going to generally work most of the time. It's usually the tops you're going to have to be very, very careful about, because again, Smart Doll busts, depending, and especially Dolphy Dreams, if you have Dolphy Dreams Dynamite, for example, I believe that's comparable to like the large bust on a Smart Doll. I mean, you're going to have to kind of search around, but usually things like the skirts and some like leggings and pants will always fit a 1/3, somewhat vaguely from what I've heard and from what I've read, but your mileage is going to vary. I'm no way an expert on this. I've just been dipping my feet into this, and I figured this would be a great little thing for you guys to have. But again, you can kind of filter out. So she or he does sweaters, and hoodies, as well as shorts and skirts. So this is an option, and one that I haven't ordered from yet, but I'll let you guys know how they are. Moving forward, we have Darlinga. This is a little, again, another United States-based company. This individual seems to buy items, especially in the shoe category. There's a type of Converse, if I can actually get these ones. I've seen these pop up in various other stores, so I don't know if this is kind of just a vendor that buys stuff, but same exact style. I'm not going to question. Oh, hello! Everything just opens up. I'm not going to question the stuff. I mean, the pricing's not that bad, shipping's not that bad either, and the quality getting it is actually, again, not that bad. So, but this is another great store where you can actually filter by size. So again, SD 1/3 size. This should pretty much fit any standard Smart Doll bust size, as well as Volks Dolphy Dreams body. But very awesome. You can kind of go through here, and again, they'll have different sizing, and wigs are usually universal. It's just the inches that you need to watch out for. I believe Smart Doll recommendation is between 8 and 9 inches, if I'm not mistaken. But very awesome. Another nice little store. I did only buy shoes from this store, so that's my experience so far. So very awesome, very cool. Recommend checking this out. And always, the links are going to be in the description of this video, so you guys don't need to worry about having to pause and type down links. Next is Tobias Malfoy. This individual is based out of Cardiff, United Kingdom, and this person apparently makes some really, really good quality stuff. Pricing is going to be a little high. Shipping, of course, because it's coming from the UK, again, is going to be some high pricing. But from what I have heard, this stuff is very, very well made. I had one individual tell me they would argue this is on Danny Chu Cultural Japan level. So we'll see how that actually pans out. But beyond that, though, of course, you have nice little kind of gray and white shirt jerseys. You have some very fancy outfits and some really nice pastel dresses and stuff. And little aprons and such and whatnot, and stain prevention leggings, which are very useful to have, white and light gray. I'm actually really considering getting the gray ones right now, but I'm also thinking about getting Danny Chu's version because it has some lace, and lace is always nice. And if you're somebody too who doesn't want to buy blue tack, he actually sells white eye putty non-staining that apparently also works very well for Smart Dolls. I might also pick up some of this just to have, just in case I need to swap out some more stuff, but that's very awesome. Again, very awesome store that I found. I'm waiting to probably buy some, and also they have some socks which are not too badly priced. Next up on the list is Mythical Creations Art. Again, I haven't ordered from this individual. This individual is based out of Melbourne, Australia, but again, the nicest thing that I like when I'm looking is if they actually feature smart dolls in their product advertisement, because then it's really reassuring to know that it will work, especially if they're wearing a larger bust. You know, for example, Ota for us has the medium bust, so it's nice and handy to have. So this individual makes a few dresses and some sweaters for smart doll, so very awesome, very cool. Also some nice wigs. I was gonna see if I could commission them to do a wig for Ota. They said no, understandable, so I went through a different source. But very awesome, recommend this one. They've only had 5 sales, but they must be pretty new. Yeah, since 2017, so only been doing it for a while, so worth a look indeed. Next up, we have Emily S Productions. This is another thing that I just actually recently stumbled across, mainly because I was looking at socks, and she has some really nice looking princess socks for only $7.13 USD, so not too bad. But again, some random stuff, some accessories, some jewelries, headband and such. So, you know, this is a nice little store for some headwear and some accessory wear, bracelets. Then we also have vinyl, Kotori Gear, Kawaii Vinyl Cats fashion line. This is based out of Davis, California, and some very awesome stuff. I've been looking at little flower crowns because I thought, you know, for spring and all this stuff, it'd be a fun little shoot to do with Ota. And she does do a few cool little looking skirts. And again, the pricing here is not bad at all for the stuff that you're getting. Shipping though, just in case you guys are wondering, it depends on where you live. You know, this is obviously not my zip code, but this is going to somewhere else in Missouri, and I mean, it's not that bad. So in total, you're going to be paying $13.66. Again, not really bad. You can always ship the upgrade, you know, change the shipping speed and such, but again, a very, very solid deal for, you know, some stuff that just looks, you know, really, really awesome, well made and such. Always good. So let's move on to the next one. We have Creative Cookie DE. This is somebody I've just stumbled upon through some help and chats with those individuals on Instagram. And they make some nice little handmade scarves, little beanie caps, and they do like a winter package, which I believe is the combination of these two together for a little bit of a cheaper price tag, which is not bad at all. They are based out of Stuttgart, Germany, if I said that right. Please don't hurt me. They have 0 sales right now, so we will see how, you know, that goes. They do have at least 6 admirers. I think I have somebody that did buy from them, but again, very awesome if you need some beanie and scarves, so that's an option. And then lastly, we have Ball Jointed Doll Atelier, if I'm saying that right. Again, another one I found. Again, another one that's based here in the United States out of Fairfield, Connecticut. And this one does skirts and a few dresses, as well as a nice traditional looking kimono. Nothing that's not modern. It's a very conservative kimono, so it's you know, a traditional one. So very awesome, and honestly not that bad for $68, considering that Danny Chu sells a half kimono version for only $170 or so. So, you know, mileage may vary, but again, this is a very good option, and these are the 7 options she has for Small Doll and Dolphy Dreams. So that's gonna kind of do it for shopping. I do want to show you guys one more, and that is going to be Cotton Doll. So I forgot to have this one loaded up and pulled up for you guys. This is a site that I found that's very awesome. They used to have an English site. It doesn't work, so you have to go to the Japanese site. And if you're using something like Google Chrome, which I don't use on my Mac, you can still buy everything through here. It translates out very nicely, and they have everything pretty much labeled in this. And this is a great place for Smart Doll wigs. This is where I actually found the wig that I wanted to get for Ota, and the pricing is not that bad. It's shipped out, so I don't know what's going to pop in. It should be popping in pretty soon here, but as you can see, they make some really good high quality wigs, and this website is actually the store in Taipei, Taiwan, that is Danny Chu's in-store provider for Smart Doll. So very cool. They make some really good stuff, and the pricing on these wigs is actually not bad at all. They're actually a little bit cheaper than Danny Chu's own wigs, which is, you know, surprising to say in the least. So a very awesome, you know, addition to the site. And of course too, if you're wanting to find clothes, checking out Volks themselves, especially in the Dolphy Dream section, buying clothes from them is actually not a bad idea. You can actually get some pretty awesome deals and stuff from what individuals have told me. Some of their stuff might stain. They don't have as much of a regimented like stain, I guess, prevention department that, you know, like Danny Chu has. I guess it just is a matter of funding, but a very awesome thing nonetheless, and a very good option. So Now moving on to a few people you should follow. There's two of note that I follow on Instagram that I've had the very awesome chance to kind of chat with. The first one is Lucy the Smart Doll, this individual that runs this. I don't know their name, but we've chatted a lot of times, but very awesome. They do some very quality photography work with smart dolls altogether. I mean, just look at that bokeh. Their smart doll Lucy is an adorable little girl. So she's got some really nice blue hair. This is actually the same color wigs that I'm getting, and it's also from Cotton Doll. So there is some good quality there, so apparently everybody loves them. But very awesome person to talk with, to chat with. She's very helpful, very awesome, and highly recommend you guys give them a follow. And the next one is Otaku Toy. This individual also posts some really great stuff. Haven't really chatted with them, but I did notice too they were actually doing a sales post, and they were selling some stuff for like a really good price. So if you're looking out for this kind of stuff, this is really a good person to follow, because again, the price points that they sold stuff at is really cool, really awesome. But you have, of course, some various things. It looks like they do also do YouTube videos, so you can give them a follow on YouTube as well. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for this video. So hopefully you enjoyed that little bit of a ramble. It's going to be a little bit of a longer video, but that's just how these things go. So hopefully this helps you guys when you're trying to find some sites and stuff that are going to be trying to give you a little bit easier time finding clothes, finding accessories for your smart doll and or Dolphy Dream doll for that matter. If you guys would like to find any of these sites, again, of course, as I mentioned in video, you'll find those links down in our description below, so be sure to check that out. Be sure to follow those stores, follow the individuals I talked about, and just give them some support, and hopefully it encourages you to potentially get a smart doll in the future. They're very awesome and fun to work with. If you're a photographer, I can highly recommend them as very awesome posable models, and models that are there 24/7 when you need them. As always guys, you can follow Otaku Gamer Zone on social media platforms. We do have an official Instagram page that's going to be under @Otaku Gamer Zone Photography, and then we are on Twitter as @OGZ_Kausus, KAUSUS. Again, all my links are going to be in the description down below, and thank you again so much for watching our video, and we'll catch you guys all in the next one. Peace.